Small and cuddly news today, but as juicy as always. Greetings Romies and welcome to RomRom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and to a regular news roundup. Welcome to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. If you have any news for us, send us a mail to news@romrom.net. Who would have thought Raceroom's alive and it got an update? There's of course more than that in our news, so enjoy. Nacon's last WRC game will be called WRC Generations and will be available from October on. As you already know, next year's installment will be done by EA, Lord have mercy on us sim racers. But this year's installment will come to some already on October 13th. Interestingly enough, first to console users. PlayStation registered 4, PlayStation registered 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and at an undefined later for Nintendo and PC users. The newest change in this sim will surely be the addition of hybrid cars like in the Big Brother real-life WRC. These come on top of all the cars the previous WRC sims had, up to a total of 37 different cars. Something similar will happen to the rallies, as with this last version, Nacon will release 22 different rallies with a total of 165 stages, with Sweden as the newest addition to the WRC world. Other than racing separate stages, you will be able to play in career mode or against each other, or use the team system to drive together and be measured together. And another way to cooperate will be through training races in split screen or online and as a co-driver. The Epic Games Store is running a sale right now, and you may want to check out the WRC sims as well as Snowrunner to see if they're interesting for you, or click on the racing genre to see what else Epic has. And if you're interested in getting the latest scoop on sales for sim racing, come to our Discord. Low traffic, high information level. Aha, we would never have guessed, but Art of Rally is going to bring Indonesia into the game free of charge for all owners of this interesting mix between arcade and sim racing. Palm trees, huts and heat, here we come! After a long while on the test server, new map and many updates will arrive to Snowrunner for its Phase 7 on May 31st. Season 7 Compete and Conquer will take place in the first and for now only map of the Tennessee region, Burning Mill. It definitely has a racing theme, possibly because the release of the new Dakar racing game is near, and guess who made that one? Saber, the same ones who've done Snowrunner. It even has a dirt race track which you can use in co-op gaming. All contests in this map are co-op anyway, which is an interesting change. The tasks and contracts on the other hand are available in co-op and solo play, and it seems you will be able to compete against any friends on co-op. Now those friends can even be on Nintendo Switch, as crossplay has been extended to that system. Phase 7 brings a new truck, the Azov 43191, which, as some have pointed out, looks very much like the Kamaz rally truck that regularly is part of Dakar, as well as one new car, the G-Tor BY4, which looks very much like a Beetle on muddy steroids. This impression is supported by it having the motor at the rear. This could become my new go-to scout car. It seems the reason this update waited so long on the test server was to wait until the new heavily updated versions for next-gen consoles were ready to be deployed, as after this update, Snowrunner will run on 60 FPS on those. If you own a Year 2 Seasons Pass or are playing Snowrunner on a next-gen console, Phase 7 will come to you with no extra cost. All others will have to decide if they want to pay for it. Snowrunner, its Year 2 pass and some of the DLCs are available at reduced prices on the Epic Games Store until the 30th of May. In their continuing efforts to make life easier for race admins, JustRace just deployed a new version with some nifty features. If you're running a server from home, JustRace has already automated the needed Windows firewall changes, and if you use UPnP, it can also automate the port forwarding so you don't have to fiddle with the network settings. Also, JustRace now supports the Sports Play mode of Automobilista 2 and the system by which JustRace triggers R-Factor 2 to download any missing content now runs hidden. After this update, you can have JustRace mail you when an update has been released, so you can update whenever it fits you best. The GUI will inform you anyway, but we suppose you're not looking at your JustRace GUI all the time, right? Especially if you run Raceroom races, the administration of those has now been made better and easier, and support for the now running free content month, as well as any future free content month or weekend has been added, so you can plan races with free content ahead of time. Staying with Raceroom, now you can add max incident points, min rating and min reputation to the setup of your server through JustRace. And of course a ton and a half of bug fixes while at the same time working on the 2.0 version of the system. Also, they are working on an extensive system for championship management. For all the sims supported by JustRace, which is almost all of them, you will be able to set up championships with everything that is needed for that. Choosing cars and tracks, scheduling the different races, adding points to different positions at the end of the race, and having the handling of all of that automated by JustRace. They will go one step further and allow races to be alive for 1 week, the system choosing your best result as the definitive result of the week. On the next week, your server will switch to the next car and track combo within the championship, and again, drivers will have a whole week to end with the best result. This is still in beta phase and being worked on, so don't be angry at us or them if this doesn't pan out exactly this way or if it takes some time. If that doesn't perk your ears, you've never had to run a championship and endure the pain of the spreadsheet. If you like this video and would like to see more, consider becoming a patron, thus letting us spread our wings. Amongst other perks, it will fix your name for posterity like this. A big thank you to our patrons. If you come here regularly, please consider subscribing. I guess the Raceroom people have also taken a good look at their numbers and the development of those as we do every month, because since this week and until the end of this month, everybody's able to race on any track with any car within the many Raceroom has to offer. I'm sure this is going to skew our statistics for May, and hopefully it'll also skew their numbers permanently, but we'll have to wait a couple of months to see if this very special offer has brought any results. We at RomRom can only nudge you to try this excellent sim, which is getting a little bit behind in its development, but is still a very fine sim, and has the best sound together with Assetto Corsa Competizione. What we said a year ago about Raceroom, see the link up there, still holds. Enjoy your time with it. And hey, what do you know? There's things being done to the sim. An update dropped on Friday with updates to the handling of Thrustmaster and Fanatic wheels. It also updated Brands Hatch with a new tarmac, the 2022 specifications and a couple of fixes here and there. Also, Nogaro, Lausitzring and the Red Bull Ring got issues sorted out. Moving on to cars, the engine heating and cooling behavior was improved in the Aquila, the DTM 1992, Formula Raceroom 90, Junior and X17, Group 4 and a whole bunch of others, while the team also improved the behavior of the differential in the Aquila and the Formula Raceroom 90. Overall, there were a ton and a half of changes done to the cars, improving physics and behaviors with the DTM 1992 cars, the Porsche's 911 GT3 Cup and the RSR GTEs getting the most changes, which ranged from changes to the tires and the tire behavior to changes in the suspension, with a gamut of diverse changes to them all. For a detailed list, check the link in a description. Also, a whole bunch of tracks got improved, mostly with changes and corrections in the behavior of the AI on them, but also to add cameras like in Monza Junior or to clean up cut track detections in Suhai. All in all, a bunch of tweaks in cars and tracks to make Raceroom even more enjoyable. I'd say they've touched up about half of the content with different tweaks and changes. To make your life more enjoyable, check the playlist to the left or the video to the right. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other on the podium.